professor at the State University of New York Maritime College. Mark, welcome to the program. I mean, so many questions. You think about big cruise ships that when they come into local harbors, they actually have a domestic captain, don't they? How does something like this work? Are ships becoming too big? Is it a case of bad captaincy? Is there a local fault going on along the Suez Canal?
Well, I think it's unclear at the present time. Obviously, as was indicated in your report, the Egyptian pilot must go on board the ship when it enters the Suez Canal. So we don't know if there was human error. Secondly, we don't know what the cause was. The official report is either wind or sandstorms. There's also a report of blackouts. It's unclear. Now, the size of this ship is absolutely incredible. It apparently is the size of either the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building turned sideways. Carries 20,000 containers. I mean, it's an extraordinarily large ship. Now, the Suez Canal, I think, as perhaps was intimated previously, has an alternative route that was built a number of years ago in a big project by the leader of Egypt. This is actually lodged in the single lane, which makes it really very problematic. I think the key issue takeaway here is the spillage effect, and it's kind of maybe not the right word, but the ripple effect on world trade, oil trade, chips, products, port blockage, global supply chain. In other words, a global supply chain has already been crushed by pandemic. So we've already, and we find also the issue of crew changes, where crews are stuck on ships. You mentioned the cruise ship industry, which is hurting. So there's a ripple effect throughout the entire world economy. And then once the ship is stuck, and the ship's 100 ships right now are stuck behind it in both directions, now those ships, even if the ship can be moved to the side and ships start moving through, you're going to have blockages and congestion at ports around the world. We already have a hurting chip industry, which already was hurt by a fire in Japan, chip factory. So but the problem really here is the ripple effect. About the size of the ship, one wonders about the mega ship and its capacity and the danger of bringing a mega ship like this through a fairly narrow area. Look how it turned diagonally. I mean, it's frightening, actually. But again, we don't know the cause. We don't know the cause. So once we know the cause, and are we going to know the cause? I don't know.
Of course. It seems completely bizarre. I don't know how wide the Suez Canal is, but when I see pictures of ships passing through the Panama Canal, certainly at some points, it seems as if a crew member could almost reach out across the side of the ship and touch the side of the Panama Canal. So presumably that kind of thing couldn't happen there, because that seems at places to be so much narrower. But what about lessons for the future? Turkey is planning to build a big canal, and we know the importance of maritime traffic, but you look at places like the Straits of Hormuz, that's a natural waterway. It's not man-made. You look at the South China Sea, that's a man-made waterway. It's not a man-made waterway, so it doesn't have the same problems. What about future lessons?
Well, I mean, again, the implications of the use of the megaships is something everybody's going to have to think about. The other thing about the Suez Canal that's important is it doesn't seem to be optimal for these types of ships, but it saves a lot of time to go through the Suez Canal rather than, let's say, around the Cape of Good Hope. So you're trading off speed against safety and efficiency. So I don't know what the answer is. I think we're in a very, very big crisis situation right now, and the shipping industry is really under pressure. And again, the ripple effects here. So I think that we're under such pressure that I don't think people are spending enough time really thinking through the implications of this. I think we need for long-range planning to think about it. I mean, it's extraordinary. This ship is stuck, and look at the oil markets, the crude markets, the chip market, everything is interconnected in our economy. And a lot of this, not just this, of course, is this event, but a lot of where the pressure is coming from is the fact that ordinary shipping has been unable to proceed in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, which exacerbates the situation. I think it's rather I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit, as you said, bizarre is a good word. You see about 7 tugboats and a bulldozer sitting there trying to move this monstrous ship. I mean, I think the best they can do is move it to the side for the time being, and then have other ships pass by. But didn't they think about this situation or this exigency? I don't think so. And it's a very, very narrow area where they're in. So I think they better do some long-range planning. But right now, the short-range planning is missing because of the pandemic.
Absolutely. Monster of a ship. Good way of describing it. Mark, thank you so much indeed. Mark Meirowitz.